Well, we are very privileged not only to have a great analyst in our booth, but also a technical specialist. So help us figure this out now. There has been a lot of talk about this axle lasso lift, and this team will be talking about it too.
Well, it was a very strange error for them, and one which we didn't anticipate because the beginning of the program was so excellent, starting with the throw triple loop. However, once they got up into the axle lift, the hands went into the one-arm position, and then suddenly it was this one of the partners thought they were doing a different lift. That language that exists between the partners, that expression, the language that says this is the move. You sense the skater's twitch, exactly what makes it move from one position to the next. Somebody lost it somewhere.
This is the lift that everyone in the skating world is talking about after last week in Pittsburgh when the Russians fell.
Correct. And it's the one that scares everybody, the hardest for sure. Annabelle and Pat recouped, though, came back with some wonderful elements. The interesting thing is that once an element is attempted, it takes a hole from the computer and cannot be attempted again. A well-balanced program consisting of, for senior pairs, 14 elements.
They are a very hard-working team in this offseason. They've been doing a lot of stuff off the ice. They've been doing some ballroom dance as well, working with Saleh and Felche.
And learning, because of the ballroom dancing, how Pat should lead in the pair. Annabelle always felt that she led.
56 points.
She had to learn how to let Pat lead.
Again, the magical number here in the free skate total, 112.57 or more.
The total second score for the free program, 110 points.
And that's not enough. So Langlois and Arquetto are ranked behind the Polish team, and this Polish team has come out here tonight, and because of those exhilarating lifts, have really made it tough on everybody else, including this Canadian team.
Well, when you compare lifts, the Poles had a total of 19.40 points for their three lifts. So that loss of that one lift for Annabelle and Pat was deadly.
Langlois and Arquetto have lost a placement in the standings. Remember, they began the night in 4th place. So now, the Canadian pairs champions and then the two Chinese teams. Critical right now for Valerie Marcoux and Craig Bunton to skate clean and put some pressure on the Chinese team. They need a score of 106.93 to take the lead.
Valerie and Craig begin with solo jumps side by side. Triple toe with such commitment, following through in sequence with a double toe. Triple twist. Today during practice they had a terrible fall on that. It took them the rest of the session to try it once again, but did, and successfully. Just like the throw triple loop. Scratchy on the landing, Val high up on her toes, losing some speed, but hung on. It's the spins they've been working on the most. Their coach, Richard Gauthier, told them at the beginning of the summer that was all they could practice. And it was up to them to invent.
right into the boards. Now they must go clean.
It's a risky move considering it's so late in the program.
Put it back together here.
Little raggy. There's the axel lasso once again. One arm. Throw triple Salchow. Remember that this is the team that had the highest technical mark in the short program. Superbly conditioned athletes, but today appearing a little tired as we wind down in the final seconds of the performance.
And another problem
failed one.
with the lift here for the Canadians.
And the technical specialist will call that as a 0. It will have no level of difficulty because the man did not rotate one full revolution.
So the two Canadian pairs teams in this final flight unable to come through. Their clubmates in Montreal from Poland, Zagorska Shudek, will likely still be the leaders. They're backstage. The two Chinese teams to come. Bittersweet night for Team Gauthier. Marcoux and Bunton can't deliver here, but the Polish team and the wings here at Metro Center waiting, and you know they have a chance to win this thing still. It is not over. Marcoux and Bunton, however, will not win this.
Excellent triple twist, very high and perfectly controlled. But a major problem here with the second attempt at the triple toe. So late in the program, when your body is already aching and sore, a fall like that can just suck the wind right out of you. I think that's what happened here. You'll notice the lift didn't even go up. When I said that the technical specialists would rate it as a 0, that means that the judges, the traditional panel, will give it no quality mark.
Well, again, if you're scoring along at home, they needed 106.9, did not get close to that, so they currently are in third place. As a skating fan and a follower of this, and what they've done with the points total, and I know it's confusing to a lot of people still, you have to like what you're seeing in skating, where a fifth-place team like the Polish team can go out, do what they have to do, set the bar very high,
nail their stuff,
and have a chance to win. You could never do that under the old system.
You are absolutely right. I'm sorry to say, but you are right.
Zagorska and Shudek, leaders. Langlois and Arquetto second, Marcoux and Bunton third. And the two Chinese teams to come. Here's Pang and Tong, world bronze medalists, beginning the night in second place.
They will begin their elements with the triple twist. Beautiful. difficulty in the sequence triple toe double axel. A sequence is different from a combination jump in that you can make turns and steps in between the two jumps. Throw triple Salchow, one of their highlights. This team gets their points from the big tricks, the throws, the jumps. It takes their quality scores up.
Whoa. Mistake here. They need 106.4 to take the lead.
And Rod, with a team that counts on those jumps to deliver big scores, without them, they face some difficulty in getting to the top. When a technically proficient team has a day of skating where they can't count on their technique, you begin to see the holes in the rest of the program. That magic is lacking. The purpose and goal of the program is not skated with any kind of clarity. Loss of speed on the axle. They're grabbing for each other. Footwork section done too far apart. It's almost as if the big problems seem to make smaller ones happen. So in the end, it's a program cluttered with small errors and a few big ones.
Well, you would have thought this team was ready to take the lead here. This Polish team is going to stick around in first place and watch the final team of the night. Former world champions Shannon Zhao of China next. Jing Pang and Jian Tong, world bronze medalists, needed 106.4, but it kind of felt like a performance under 100 points, somewhat, maybe even less than Marcoux and Bunting, what they did.
Oh, a real struggle. But we had big expectations when they started out. The triple twist, one of their most magnificent elements. Very high, very fast, very sharp. And they are strong single skaters as well. Generally speaking, you can always count on the triple toes. The sequence is excellent and very difficult, including the double axel. But what the pair lacks when they don't have all of those very hot and high valued elements like the jumps and the throws, the lifts lend a lot well, there's a lot needs work there. Her positions are never really beautiful. I feel like she's never fully stretched. And if there is a weakness with this team, it's in the is sort of the beautiful moves, the beautiful characteristics, the gorgeous positions. They just don't have it.
It used to be the Russians were so powerful in pairs skating, and they still are in the world, but China's taken that throne over really in the last couple of years. Zhang and Zhang won last week at Skate America.
Well, and Bin Yao, the Chinese national coach, pair coach, says that they're aiming for all 3 medals when it comes to Torino.
Well, look at this. They needed 106.41, and they might get it. In fact, they are just going to get it. 107.94. What do you think? They are the leaders now, just ahead of Zagorska and Shudek.
Well, remember, Zagorska and Shudek had a long way to come from in the short program. They may still win the free skate, and that's something that the new system that you find hard to understand with the new system is that those placements from short and long will go wacky.
They are
all over the place.
Pair champions and the leaders.
But you might have thought it was comparable to Marcoux and Bunton in the mistakes they had, but Pang and Tong obviously got some more marks. The Polish team falls into second. They lead the free skate. Pang and Tong are the leaders of this competition. And here comes the other Chinese team.
It was just because Pang and Tong were so far ahead in the short that they've managed to squeak ahead of the Poles overall.
Shuai Shen and Hongbo Zhao, 2-time world champions.
There is a majesty to this team. Perfectly balanced as partners. Strong opening with a double axel and triple toe. Increasing difficulty by putting the increasing risk by putting the triple toe second.
Huge.
Throw triple Salchow with such confidence. Hanging on to the second triple toe loop. The hard ones out of the way. Sit back and enjoy a beautifully detailed program, very intimate, but very inviting. Considering the difficulty in the elements, here's the lip that went bad last night. Considering the difficulty of the elements, the skating is very silent. That's an indication of quality. Triple loop next.
Oh, yes, again. They don't miss.
Another woman would not be able to land that throw. But Shuai has such an awareness of her body in the air that she can instantly self-correct. That's considered a small dance lift. The pairs may do any number of those, marked in program components transition. Wow.
Well, this one's an easy one.
No question.
Slam dunk.
Forward inside death spiral to end, changing positions, and a grab for balance.
Shannon Zhao will be the 2004 MasterCard Skate Canada International Champions. One might quibble a bit over Pang and Tong being in the lead heading into the final skate with Zagorska and Shudek. You cannot argue with the final result, which will be spewed out by the computer. If it's not Shannon Zhao, then there's definitely a computer
I'm in
glitch.
the wrong business.
Yeah, exactly.
Opening element, the sequence which started with the double axel and ended with the triple toe, was amazing. Here, the throw triple loop, and watch how she starts to tip in the air. You see her bending slightly forward, but as I mentioned during the performance, her ability to self-correct is unbelievable. Final lift, a real toughie because she goes up blind. So there is an instant connection that must happen so that the team can read each other's movement. Complicated, wonderful, never a loss of
The
speed.
scores, please, for
This will be
Shannon
their
Zhao,
second
Zhao,
Skate Canada
Zhao.
win since 1998. They did
The
not win
technical
last
score,
year.
please.
Tatmianina and Marinin won in Mississauga.
61.00
And this is going to be easy. They're going to win by a long shot. 61 plus 62.72, 123.72, total 190.20. And for the second straight week, China has a Grand Prix title. Last week, Zhang and Zhang. This week, Shannon Zhao. The road to the World Championships in Moscow. And, of course, everyone's concerned about Tatmianina and Marinin if they are going to be ready down the road after what happened last week. But right now, it looks like complete Chinese domination in pairs. Shannon Zhao, Pang and Tong, Zagorska Shudek, maybe the skate of the night as well. Behind the Chinese, went from 5th to 3rd.
Langlois and Arquetto were also amazing in 4th. Canadian champions Marcoux and Bunton settling for 5th.
Pascal Bergeron, Rob Davison, we didn't see them earlier. They finished in 8th position. Shen and Zhao, we get used to saying that a lot. The Chinese win on CTV. Back at the Metro Center, where China cleans up here again. Grand Prix circuit, Pang and Tong just narrowly edging the Polish team for second place, and Chuea Shen and Hongbo Zhao already set in motion. This is a team, Debbie Wilkes, that finished second at the last World Championship. Under the new scoring system, however, they would have probably made it 3 worlds in a row.
Here's some explaining to do about the final results, I would say. A lot of people are going to question why Pang and Tong did win the silver medal. I can tell you because they won it on the technical mark. Even though it was not a great skate, they were bumping into each other. There were a lot of minor problems and a few major ones too. But under the new system, the technical judges will always give them some kind of mark. It might not have been skated well. That's the traditional panel's job. But the technical specialists, by identifying the level of difficulty of the element, garnered a lot of marks for that team, and they won the silver by less than 2 points.
Maria Shudek and Dorota Zagorska had a terrific skate. Shannon Zhao lit this crowd up, but the performance of the day came earlier in the women's short program, and it was all Canadian. 16-year-old Cynthia Phaneuf. Canadian champion. Who right now is showing the rest of the world that she is going to be a force. Beat some of the higher ranked skaters in the world here tonight, and has a chance tomorrow night, after her Chevrolet performance of the day, to win the MasterCard Skate Canada International. We're back tomorrow with the women's free skate and the men's free skate. It might be a double whammy for Canada. Jeff Buttle leading the way along with Ben Ferreira in the men's event. Quite a night here for Cynthia Phaneuf and for that Chinese pairs team. For Vic Rauter, Debbie Wilkes, Tracy Wilson, this is Rod Black. Good night, everyone, from Halifax. Sleep well. We'll see you tomorrow at Skate Canada.